Some events leave a deep mark on history, but none on the land. This is the site of the Battle of Hastings. After almost 1,000 years, no traces of the bloody conflict can be seen. But here, the fate of England turned. It's where a king was killed, and his victor claimed the throne. October 14th, 1066. We know what happened here on this day, thanks to this. The Bayeux Tapestry. A carefully preserved, illustrated record of events. It shows the main players. Harold, the newly crowned Anglo-Saxon King of England, and his challenger, William, Duke of Normandy. William claimed the previous king had promised him the crown. So, he assembled an army and prepared to sail to England to fight King Harold for the throne. But a storm thwarted his plans. Meanwhile, Harold discovered that a Viking invasion had landed in the north. Another threat to his crown. So he raced to fight them. In France, William waited for the right conditions to sail across the Channel to England. The weather cleared. He seized his chance. "250 miles north, Harold had defeated the Vikings. Now, hearing of William's arrival, his army sped south. At 9 o'clock in the morning, on this hill, William's Norman army were ready to do battle with Harold's Anglo-Saxon men. The stage was set, and up for grabs, England itself. On October 14th, 1066, William of Normandy stood ready for battle at the base of a hill. The high ground belonged to King Harold of England and his Anglo-Saxon army. Here, on this hilltop, the fate of England would be decided.
Soyez prest, compagnons.
William's Norman army made the first charge, launching a direct assault on the shield wall. Though William's army fought fiercely against the shield wall, it would not yield. As one man fell, another took his place. Overlapping shields in tight formation made for a near impenetrable barrier. Realizing his army could not break the shield wall, William called for a retreat. He aimed to lure the Anglo-Saxons into a false sense of victory, causing them to break formation. William's feigned retreat was working. The Anglo-Saxon army broke their shield wall formation, leaving gaps for William to make a move. With Harold's men no longer in shield wall formation, William could pick them off as they charged. Saxons had deployed rows of spearmen to push back the invaders. But William had an answer: his sharp-eyed archers. Anglo-Saxon archers joined the fray, and the Normans' deadly cavalry ready to charge. But first, William's forces had to eliminate the enemy spearmen, whose sturdy polearms could easily bring down a horse. With the threat of spearmen cleared from the field, William's cavalry was free to charge at the Anglo-Saxon archers. The Anglo-Saxon army was in disarray. Their shield wall had been neutralized, and their numbers were dwindling. Now the only thing standing between William and victory was King Harold himself. The last of Harold's men encircled their king, prepared to lay down their lives to save his. Anglo-Saxon King Harold had fallen. In the confusion, some loyal soldiers fought to the death, while others scattered in panic. Leaderless and defeated, the last of the Anglo-Saxon army fled for their lives. The Normans celebrated victory over the English king, but William's quest to rule England was just beginning. Battle of Hastings, the death of one man changed the course of history. The Anglo-Saxon King Harold was killed here, on England's south coast. His army defeated by William of Normandy. Anglo-Saxon rule was over forever. At Westminster Abbey on Christmas Day 1066, William was crowned the first Norman King of England. Now he had to secure power across the country. He began by stamping his mark on the landscape, building cathedrals and castles at strategic locations. Nothing like them had been seen in England before. They reminded the Anglo-Saxon population exactly who was in charge. But not all were content with living under Norman rule. Anglo-Saxon revolts broke out across the country. King William acted quickly to crush these rebellions. But there was one region where dissent was spiraling out of control: the north of England. In 1069, a group of lords from Northumbria formed an alliance with Viking invaders. Together they approached Norman-held York, a large city with an important cathedral, still protected by ancient Roman walls. But the walls couldn't save York. The city and the castle fell to the rebels. William's new kingdom was under threat. He had to get the city back under Norman control. William had no choice but to order his men north. But as the Norman forces set off on their long march towards York, how much resistance from the rebels would they encounter? William the Conqueror marched north, with his army of Normans determined to take back the rebel-held city of York. But in his path stood rebel towns that harbored William's northern enemies. He would take the towns back by force.
Soyez prêts, continent. Avertissez votre courage, compagnon. Ici! L'ennemi est away!
The Normans captured the town of Middlethorpe, establishing their presence in the north. With reinforcements to his armies soon arriving, William would need more resources to supply them.
Barat. Si.
Quod. Laburo.
Che?
Edifico. Laburo. Masono.
Escorto. Massone. Ubi vado? Edifico. Ah! Finite. Me? Ma sono. Spero. Lavoro. Sì. Che? Edifico.
Ubi vado? Edifico.
Che? Sì. Edifico.
Spero.
Spero. Materia. Ma sono.
The Norman army was now well supplied by a town, but it would take a sustained effort to keep the army at full strength.
Cavallo. Vado.
Another rebel town, Fulford, stood in defiance to William's rule.
L'heure avante, compagnon Jeffers. Quand je commande, avante. Si comme vos voldrez, je suis votre serveuse. Pour votre service.
Buon lavoro.
With the Fulford rebels eliminated, William was one step closer to York. Knowing he would face strong resistance in the city, William prepared to bolster his cavalry.
Parade pour venir. Vado Labura. Labour Speranza. Io ma sono la cose.
Barats pour Laboura. Io ma sono la cose.
Reflect. Benefect. Felice et beat.
With their stables in place, the Normans could add more cavalry to their army. William's reinforcements from the south had arrived, adding vital numbers to his Norman army.
Accespets vos, compagnon. Avant, compagnon.
The Norman army came under attack from a new enemy, the Danes. William's army held back the Danes' attack, but they threatened to return unless William paid them in gold.
Mandesquid. Cose sarà massonata.
Mandesqued. Cos'è sarà massonata?
Parade pour Laboura. Quoi de Labour? Io ma sono la cose. Ci sommes. Vado
Quel
Laboura.
lavoro.
Quel me. Cose sarà massonata.
Quel me. Vado Laboura. Labour Speranza. Cos'è sarà massonata?
Quel me. Cose sarà massonata. Parade pour venir.
Parade pour venir.
Quoi d'abord? Io Io ma sono la cose.
Quid me? Vado laborar.
Mande squid.
Mi plect. In effect.
Access vos, compagnons. Asseyez vos armes. Nous allons!
Mais plect.
The Normans discovered the source of the Danes' threat, an outpost on the water. William had a choice: bypass the encampment, destroy it, or pay the Danes the gold they demanded.
Baraque pour laborar. Labour Spérance. Vado laborar. Ci sommes. Io ma sono la cose.
Sì, barat.
Alla tuste!
Benefect. Buon lavoro. Six hommes.
Cavale parade. C.
Cavalario parat.
Soyez prest, compengerie de vos volets. Mon arway veille avec moi.
Attention.
Access mes vos, nos allons. Pour votre service. Avertissez votre courage, compagnon.
Parade pour venir.
Lourd comme biscuit comme fect. Quid mandes?
Dictus mui, ma besogne.
Parat pour venir.
Donnez moi vos...
Quid ordines?
Quid d'abord?
L'heure est de... Assaillez vos armées. Nos allons.
William paid off the Danes and was rid of their attacks.
Votre service. Quand je commande, avance.
William's ultimate goal was within his grasp. All that remained was to enter York and destroy its keep.
Produite, servientes! In avant, servientes!
Traite enemy! Vengeance is just!
Paras! Bene!
Soyez prest, compagnon. Aces metzvos, nos allons!
Cursor d'obéissance.
Mandesque.
Che
Commissaire
mandes?
Amazonia.
Quel est de votre plaisir?
Chiama solo la cosa.
Wer Sultan!
Quête Mendes. Expect.
Arco parat.
Me plect.
Quid l'amour?
Felice et Béat.
Quae sunt vos commandement?
Sagita in arco. Me plect. Arquier pas.
Prest por un sanglantati.
Cavallarius parat!
The Norman army poured into York and began sacking the town as they bore down on the keep.
Obéis! C'est comme votre ordre! Je suis votre serveur!
Sagita in arco. Tourma. Sagita in arco. Vale. Cavalario parat. Mandes. Prends.
commodité. In avant.
In parade.
L'heure est de besoigner. Access Metzbos, nous allons.
The keep fell to the Norman army, and York was secured. The Northern Rebellion was over, and William the Conqueror was uncontested as King of England. William the Conqueror had recaptured York from the rebels. Now he wanted to teach them a lesson for defying him. He began a brutal campaign of destruction to crush any further resistance, known as the Harrying of the North. Villages and crops were destroyed. It is said 100,000 people were killed. With ruthless efficiency, William the Conqueror had secured obedience in his new kingdom. But it wasn't to last. It would be thrown into chaos by his own children. When William the Conqueror died in 1087, his favorite son succeeded him. King William II, known as William Rufus. But 13 years into his reign, disaster struck. While out hunting, he was killed. William's youngest brother took his place as King Henry I. But there was a problem. At the time, Henry's elder brother, Robert, Duke of Normandy, had been on crusade. When he returned, he was furious that Henry had grabbed the throne. From Normandy, Robert attempted to invade England to claim the crown from his brother. But he failed and returned home. In retaliation, Henry struck back. In a reversal of 1066, he crossed the Channel and invaded Normandy, intent on undermining his brother Robert's rule. His first target was Bayeux. This rich and splendid city was one of the jewels of Normandy. Henry was to begin his campaign by unleashing his forces on the city. Bayeux was about to feel the wrath of the English army. In the brotherly feud over Normandy, King Henry I set out to make an example of Bayeux, a town still loyal to his brother Duke Robert. Henry's archers took up position on high ground outside the city and faced an immediate attack by Robert's cavalry patrol. Having deployed their palings, Henry's archers were well protected against the cavalry charge. They defeated the first patrol.
Look for your beauty ready, Freckes.
As Henry set his sights on burning Bayeux, more reinforcements arrived to join his army.
Nu, je lask. Before the other way, let us go! And enter to serve! Dresseth you! We are scared! Soldiers!
The English approached Bayeux and saw that its towering stone walls would not be breached by manpower alone. Henry would need siege equipment and a defensible location to construct it. Henry now called for the services of a blacksmith to bolster the siege effort.
What's our fate? Each a worker. Yes, sir. Where's the water? Each a winner, you a voodoo. And you worker. Yes, sir. Understood. There you worker.
I'm your worker. Nationally Veo Timbran.
Yarrow to work. Each timber of chaos. What's our fate? Each a worker.
Yes, sir. West Duhala. Each timber fails. Mickey on your celly.
Each a broken. Yes, sir. Where's the water? Fair and on.
What's her face, eh?
Yes, sir. Where's the water? That's surely by your temper. Yeah, it's your whaler. What's our fate? Gadriente voodoo. Each timber of chaos. Each a broken that.
Each bouquet that.
With a blacksmith on hand, Henry's infantry would soon be ready to construct siege equipment.
What's our fate?
What's her face, eh?
Hoe zijn de servant? Ik rede voor. Yeah, ik kan ganga. Redende sua het. Ik ga sua het. Landente to servant. Het is ut rideth nu, Tullius. Adite jara armen! Fort bära!
Yaru to work.
Leoda Hersa. Ferrath Wigan. Ishan.
Yes, sir. West Duhala.
Henry's infantry could now construct battering rams, siege weapons designed to break open fortress walls.
Eat your work.
Flanboga Rod. Dina. Strele Pulse. Ik schaffe timbre this.
On your work, huh? Eat your work, huh? Yes, sir. West Duhala. Each timber fails. What survey say? That's Shule Bayo timber. What survey say? That's Shule Bayo Timbran.
What bestes?
Strele Boren Yard. That timber shall bear.
Mara John. Ike on your Sally.
Bear death, man.
Yes, sir. West to Hala.
Vieru siaru yaru.
Yahweh Wigenda.
Jervia, on the top.
Flamboga Arod. Strele Fuse. Fatimbre Shalbe. It shall be Timbres.
Flamboga Arod.
It shall be Timbres.
Yes.
It shall be Timbretis!
On your worker. Each timber fails.
And you work it. He's a worker.
Hit bad bulldog.
Mention they would.
With the power of battering rams, the English army could crack open Bayer's mighty walls.
We say yes, don't be bad. Vieru seras yaru. Let's buscar. Fight vieru seras. Hashtag now.
Grippes! In
Ravrekas.
Grippes! In the shot!
Finish.
Akino Ward! Fire! Grippes! Ja!
We're beyond this shore tonight.
Ukraine! Fulkes!
Bayer's walls had failed, and Henry's men could now storm the city. Robert's garrison made a last stand to defend Bayeux, but Henry would show no mercy in cutting them down and burning their city.
Strela,
And
Buse.
you work it. That surely made Jarl to work. Timber thanks.
Beodeth me. Yes, sir.
God, we got it.
Strela, Buse.
Vin Hester?
Listans, Piran.
As Bayeux burned and the people fled in terror, King Henry basked in the victory over his brother Duke Robert. But Henry would not stop until all of Normandy was back under the English crown. While Bayeux burned, King Henry pressed his advantage. Seizing key fortifications and buying the loyalty of powerful lords, Henry loosened his brother's grip over Normandy. At Tinchebray in 1106, brother would fight brother for final claim to their father's lands. Determined to claim Normandy and capture his brother, Duke Robert, King Henry besieged the castle at Tinchebray. But the direct assault on the formidable stone castle was failing. Unable to breach the towering walls, the king devised a new plan to capture his brother. Henry would force Robert to defend his lands from attack by razing the villages of Martigny and Fresnes.
This is Sigda for Actus. It's Libet to hear it. Judaius non Burdan!
goad Robert out of his stronghold, Henry's men would burn the village to the ground. The village of Martigny was destroyed, but still Robert did not emerge to face Henry outside the castle. Henry would have to raise the stakes. Next, he targeted the village of Fresnes. Henry could buy reinforcements from nearby allies, if he could procure the gold to pay them.
Look out, be ready, Freckes. Soldiers! Weapons ready! On fire!
Henry sent gold to his ally in Brittany, and in return, a detachment arrived to bolster his numbers. Henry received word that Robert had sent for a fresh army to aid in defending his position at the castle. Henry had to eliminate these new forces before they could combine with the garrison at Tinchebray.
Ferdinand, Yahweh!
Henry's ally in Bayeux sent reinforcements in exchange for gold. By eliminating Robert's incoming army, Henry had thwarted his brother's attempt at strengthening the castle's defenses.
Bakiet Yerwa, Utrides Luz Schulz. Fort Guarde Freckes, mit Baldenes. Judaeus number
Henry sent gold to his ally in men and received fresh reinforcements. At the hands of Henry's army, the village of Fresnes was in ruins. Henry's provocations had paid off. Robert finally emerged from the castle to face his brother in open battle.
Set it shall lay it yeah, we get at me no word. Send. Judaeus non burdet. Und redet nu, Tulkis.
King Henry's tactic of luring Robert into the open had worked. Henry captured his brother, and Normandy was his. William the Conqueror's sons had resolved their long feud over Normandy, with King Henry wresting possession away from his brother. But the French King Louis VI would not accept Henry's heir as the future Duke of Normandy. Henry's fragile power would face its first test, an invasion by the French king. In the disputed countryside between Normandy and France, a smouldering farmstead gave away the beginnings of a French invasion. At the head of the vast army stood King Louis of France himself. An English scout hastily rode to inform King Henry of England, who was still en route to defend his borders. Hearing of the threat, villagers and guards fled their English-held towns and retreated to the stronghold of Fleury. Above all, the English forces in Normandy had been commanded to hold the town of Fleury and await King Henry's arrival.
Hear us! You shall. Blisters, hear us. Eat your will.
As the village of Cressenville fell, all English hopes lay in holding Fleury for the king's arrival.
Yes, sir. West through Harlow. That's Shoelay Bay. Yes, sir. West through Harlow. Bury your words up. And your worker. Each timber theos. What Thursday say?
Flamboga and odd.
Each a worker. What Thursday say? Each a worker. Yaru to where? That should be
town of Granville succumbed to the French, and the English were pushed back towards Fleury.
Get to work. That's surely Bayonne.
What survey day? Each tip.
Yes, sir. What's the way? There, you worth it.
Farah Dawn.
Leona, here, sir. Yes. Common order. Markiet Yewa. Did I hit?
Cheers, your way on your Sammy and
At last, King Henry and his forces made their arrival at Fleury. Knowing that King Louis himself was on the field, Henry saw his chance to put England's claim to Normandy beyond doubt.